Hi class, welcome to week 10. This week's learning module is Academic Discussions of Intercultural Writing. For this week's learning module, you will be continuing what we began last week. Now that you have selected the article you would like to read, have signed up for the group that has been assigned that article, and have read through your article, you will now begin working with your group to create a presentation of the article you selected. To begin drafting your presentation, you should first access the academic article presentation preparation document that can be found in this week's learning module. Each individual should read through and answer questions 1 through 12 within the academic article presentation preparation document for the article you have selected. This will help you to begin drafting your presentation. Next, you will need to get in contact with your group members and share your answers to these questions. This can be done through the discussion board, file exchange, or the group wiki, or through a Google document if everyone in the group has access to a Google account. It will be your responsibility as a group to coordinate what methods you use to complete this presentation. Consider sending out an email to your group members through the send email function within your group to begin the conversation. As a group, you will then need to decide how you would like to divide the work, what presentation method, either a video, Prezi, or PowerPoint, you will use to complete the assignment, and how you will arrange the information. While the presentation must answer the questions within the academic article presentation preparation document, your presentation should be creative. Consider using narration, sound, images, or colors to help make your presentation appealing. While you are working on your presentation, remember to consider your rhetorical situation. Your purpose is to help explain this article to individuals, your classmates, who have not read the article. Therefore, keep in mind the context of the situation, what the audience does and does not know, and what information is necessary to allow your audience to understand your article. In addition, as you design your presentation, you will want to keep the 5 principles of design in mind. The 5 principles of design are contrast, consistency, grouping, alignment, and balance. The principle of contrast is a design principle that sets some aspects of the page apart from others. The way that contrast is most commonly employed is through the use of colors. Looking at the color wheel, we can see that the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. Complementary colors are colors that are directly across from each other on the color wheel and are what are most helpful in demonstrating contrast. For example, if you have a red background, green is the color that helps to create the most contrast. If you have an orange background, blue will help to create the most contrast. If you decide to use colors in your presentation, be sure to adhere to issues of contrast. The next design principle is consistency. Consistency is applying the same design feature to text elements with similar rhetorical functions. This design principle is closely related to the concept of grouping. Grouping is applying the same features to related items for a rhetorical function. For example, you will want to group information of related items and be consistent in the way you present those group sets of information to your audience. Looking at a banner of a website, we can see that there are different fonts for the tabs, the logo, the order account information, and for the search bar. Each set of information has been grouped according to a purpose, and the website designers have been consistent in the font that they used for each group set of information. Remember that related information should be grouped. The next principle is alignment. Alignment is consistent placement of text and graphics. Because we live in the western part of the world, we are accustomed to reading from left to right. Therefore, the most important information should be found at the left-hand side of the screen. You can play with the concept of alignment to create an emphasis on certain aspects, but remember that each component of the presentation should have a purpose of helping to get the information across to your audience more effectively. The last principle of design is balance. Balance is using images and text in equal space. For example, if you use an image and text, you will need to consider what information you want your audience to look at first. If you feel as though the image should have the attention first, allow it to take up more space on the screen. If you believe the text should have more emphasis, the image should be smaller. If you want the image and text to have equal importance, be sure to allow them to be the same size. Be sure to keep these concepts in mind as you design your presentation. Once you have completed your presentation, one member from each group will upload the final draft to the presentation to the class discussion board. You are all required to comment on at least 2 presentations with questions or comments. There will be a group evaluation after the completion of your project. Be sure to equally divide the work and equally contribute to composing your group presentation. I will be periodically observing your groups, and I'm expecting to see equal contribution to the project. I look forward to reviewing your presentation. Should you have any questions, send me an email or meet with me during my office hours. Have a good week.